We're recording. I don't have any live shows at all, Andrew. So
Oh, okay.
you're up
Well,
this
tour
Wednesday.
date section's
This
getting
Wednesday,
real quicker.
I have a virtual show that I couldn't even direct you to how to watch it, so I shouldn't have even mentioned it. How about this? December 13th, I have my show where I do, my monthly show, Andrew. You've done it a
Everett
bunch.
Comedy Night.
Everett Comedy Night. We're gonna do it virtually until we're back.
Are you gonna have a sunset behind the comics just for old time's sake?
Old time's sake, yeah, for the ambiance. No, I'm just gonna get drunk. I'm gonna get drunk for old time's sake.
Same routine. Yeah, well, I'll be at Bricktown Comedy Club this weekend, opening for John Christ, Jesus Christ himself.
Oh yeah.
So that's fun. Should be good. And then,
I got asked about that, and I was like, I have
well, don't
virtual.
say that because I feel special. He just reached out to me only, and he was like, "This guy's the."
Cory's like, "You got that."
Oh yeah, they offered it to me. Yeah.
They didn't, I was saying it, and I was trying to say I got asked about it. I didn't get offered it, but now you're okay. But I was like, oh, I got some virtual shows for like corporate virtual shows, and the booker was like, it's opening, it's like 6 sold out shows for like a super famous comedian, and I was like, oh yeah, corporate virtual shows pay like, and I told him the amount, and he's like, oh fucking yeah, by all means do those. Don't.
Yeah.
That was all bad. I just bragged about being asked first and getting paid well for virtual shows. But what are you gonna do?
Getting paid way more money. Hey, I gotta fly and sell hopefully a bunch of T-shirts. But,
maybe die from COVID, but it's gonna be fine.
I reached out to the Naples guy, and off the hook, he told me to text him in December, so hopefully I get a date lined up. But
yeah,
maybe I'll offer it to you, Cory, if Liz is already booked on some corporate shows.
They asked me first, but that's Liz laughing. That's Liz Stone. Welcome.
Thanks.
You dirty Jew. How's it going?
It's good.
He's got a virtual show every Wednesday.
I have a virtual show every Wednesday. Live comedy on Zoom. That's right.
Yeah, so go to that. It's free.
What is a link or a...
Very, very fun.
If you go to livecomedyonzoom.com, you can find the link and sign up, or my Instagram is @LizStoneComedy, and I always post the info there. And every Wednesday is theme night because I started foisting that on my producers early on in this pandemic, and it stuck, much to their dismay. So every Wednesday is a theme. This Wednesday is Slumber Party.
Ooh.
And and then I just let people know what the one is.
So take some Xanax and go watch on Wednesday. Jerry and the other
I
guy.
heard it's wine night. Every night is the theme.
Pretty much, yeah. There's a show the day before my birthday, and that theme is going to be "Come As Your Favorite Vice," which I'm excited about.
Ooh.
I will be.
Miami.
I'll be on some pills and some wine. I'll bring my pillow. I can bring a
Pill.
little slumber party too.
All right.
Oh, that's funny. A pillow.
A pillow.
Wow. Why did it take people so long to come up with that idea? That's clever. Jerry and Leon, right? Those are my favorite.
Jerry and Leon are the best. Yeah. When they would always go to Punchline and Cobb's for every show, and they'd sit up front with their awesome outfits. And then they started coming to all the Zoom shows. And then once we started getting theme night in, like Leon builds an art set for it every week, and they have outfits and everything. Like they are amazing.
The
and then
circus one was ridiculous. I took screenshots because I was like, this is crazy.
Every single theme, it doesn't matter what it is, they're amazing. And then a bunch of our other regulars are really into it too, and they bring it. And Ron hated theme night so much when we started it. And he's like, nobody listened to Liz. Nobody listened to Liz. And he's like, okay, it just like took on a life of its own.
Fine. It's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, that's where you can see us live-ish in the next few weeks. 3-second pause. We don't do editing. Welcome to Homeschool number 19, Thanksgiving edition with Andrew. And I am Cory Michaelis.
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah, that's the sound of you eating up these jokes. And we're sorry if they're mostly leftovers, but we're responsible individuals. That's why we limit this podcast to under 10 listeners.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, this is a safe space for COVID, but not your feelings, okay? Jokes don't care about your feelings, and my jokes don't care about the facts.
Ah, your jokes are Republican. We could be more popular, by the way, but that's just because the man is holding us down, you know?
Hey, I could use a man holding me down. Sounds
Hell yeah.
kinky.
That's great.
Right,
Let me
Liz?
join
There you
this
go.
podcast.
We didn't even have to say the line. She jumped in. Perfect. We had it written in that we were going to ask you
We know our
about it.
guests well.
Like, I'm
Man holding me down. Hot.
Word on the street, by the way, is that vaccinations for COVID-19 may be available to the general public as early as the end of December. What do you think, Andrew?
I don't know. I'm going to wait on the vaccine until I see a few more people get it, make sure they don't develop any extra fingers.
Well, now that sounds kinky.
I
But
think if you develop extra fingers, you should take that as soon as possible. It's
I had to break it to you though, Andrew. I don't think you're gonna be first in line to get it. Even if you did want it, it's gonna be like the doctors, old people, Kim Kardashian, important people.
Well, at least her ass. But if it were up to me, I'd hope you never get it.
Oh man, thanks. Wait, never get the vaccine or the
or get COVID.
Yeah.
COVID? Oh shit.
He
Well, I'm
doesn't
not.
want you getting anything, Corey. Nothing. Don't get that first offer in the bookings. He's gonna make sure.
I want you to get shit. No. Well, I probably I'm not gonna get it if it's like bubble gum or grape flavor. I'm gonna wait until.
Why not? You don't like
Why not grape flavor? Just ask Phil, our ghostwriter.
All right. It's fine.
That's a joke I didn't want to tell that he wrote. Anyway, well, you were in Los Angeles this last week. It must be nice there, right? Any celebrity sightings?
I don't know if anybody recognized me, but I haven't checked TMZ in a few minutes, so I might be on there.
No. Did you see any celebrities?
Well, I did run into Jay Leno. Got a quick photo. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that.
Well, that's a little thing. Don't you worry you were asymptomatic and you killed Jay Leno?
Hey, serves him right for not putting me on the Tonight Show before I'd ever perform comedy, but we were both wearing masks, so it should be safe.
Oh, okay. Does he need like a custom mask to fit over his chin, Jay Leno in a stock mask is like Kim Kardashian in pants off the shelf. Like, it's going to be a pretty tight fit, right?
A Magnum mask for Jay Leno.
Yeah. Those ear straps were struggling for sure, but I'm disappointed the mask wasn't denim,
Yeah.
Matches
Match the
outfit.
rest of
How was
it.
your Thanksgiving, Corey?
How's Thanksgiving? Well, I ate myself into a food coma, passed out on the couch for a few days. Woke up, got drunk, yelled at the dogs and the cats, and didn't shower the whole time. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, pretty much a normal pandemic weekend for you.
yeah, or normal life weekend for me.
Yeah, just
I did get
the
together
new
with my
normal.
family. My family doesn't trust me to bring anything of value to the dinner, In a group text, my mom was like, "I'll take care of the
Did you tell them
turkey."
you would bring them COVID?
It's worth a lot. My mom was like, "I'll take care of the turkey and the stuffing and the green beans, and your brother can do the rolls, the pie, and the cranberries and the ice cream. And Corey, could you handle the napkins, maybe?" All right.
It's a lot of responsibility. How did you do?
I forgot I had to bring a snack instead. Me.
Oh,
All right.
So you let your uncle taste it again?
Exactly. Did you go out to eat, or did you eat out? Did you stay in? What'd you do? I know you didn't eat out.
Stayed
so.
in with my uncle. Well, restaurants in California are no
need
longer
some
allowed to
your
have outdoor
creepy
dining
uncles.
because of COVID concerns. I
Oh,
feel
they
bad for
can't-
all the waiters and waitresses. Huh? I can't.
They can't-
What's
they
weird?
can't-
You gotta stop.
Have outdoor dining? Oh, you can't hear me? Oh no.
Well, you're just lagging behind. You're fine. I hear you.
Oh,
Just-
all right.
It's taking a second.
Oh,
You're
weird.
just slow.
He's ahead on the bookings, behind on the mic.
Did you
Where were we?
ahead? Is this lagging for you too, Liz?
No, I'm fine.
Me? Oh, okay. All right. Restaurants you stayed in?
Oh yeah, well, restaurants in California aren't allowed to have outdoor dining because of COVID, so I feel bad for all the waiters and waitresses out there. I mean, they already can't do comedy, now you've taken away their day job.
Not a big deal for us. Most of our food or your food comes from a drive-through window anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But good thing for you, your pandemic special has jumped up over 30,000 views. You got to be rolling in the dough from all that YouTube royalties, huh?
Yeah, well, so far I've made $130, so that can pay some of the rent I owe from August.
Which year?
Yeah, 2002. I'm actually doing fine, thankfully. My dad taught me early on about taking on a lot of debt. He gave us important life lessons. He used to say, remember, kids, if it flies, floats, or fucks, it's cheaper to rent. So,
that's good.
get those
Well,
life lessons.
I'm glad you made it out of all of it. Okay, California. Okay, I heard there were some rolling blackouts in the state during Thanksgiving. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. But a good thing about California is that if you don't have power, you can just cook your turkey over the wildfires. So.
Hey.
Oh, I thought the rolling black. I thought you were making a comment about Andrew being drunk on Thanksgiving, and it was rolling.
Yeah. Blacked out, rolling down the streets of San Francisco.
I was a rolling blackout on Thanksgiving, so why not everyone?
Well,
I think we all were.
Black Friday was crazy. The hot new toy this year is going to be Cough on Me Elmo.
Oh, wow. Hopefully there are no rolling blacks on Black Friday. How come there isn't a White Friday, by the way? What the hell, man? What's the deal?
Don Jr. has been into White Fridays for a long time.
Oh, that's true. President-elect Joe Biden gave a Thanksgiving address calling for the country to unite, just not with more than 2 households at a time.
Well, if police try to shut off my water for having a party, I'll simply demand a recount for a couple months until they drag me out.
That's smart. Wisconsin recount observers are complaining that they were given wristbands with poop emojis on them. That was their big complaint.
Oh. Yeah, I saw that. I always thought that was ice cream, but either way, tasty. What is the problem here?
Yeah, I like both on my chest. You like both in your mouth, apparently, I guess.
Chest?
People were upset because they, but I think it's like a good idea, like just to remind them that the reason they're working on the Thanksgiving weekend is because of a giant turd, right?
Yeah. Well, the recount is some dumb shit, but
Yeah,
hey, looks like
what's
there's
the
hope
results?
for peaceful. Oh yeah, they added 130 votes for Biden so far. So, there we go.
Effective.
Way to pay for that, Trump. But hey, it looks like there's hope for a peaceful transition of power after all. Twitter and Facebook have said they'll transfer the @POTUS accounts to Joe Biden on Inauguration Day. Can you imagine what kind of crazy stuff is in his DMs?
Right? It can't be any worse than what he's actually tweeted out to the public. So.
Wow, that's true. Oh, shit, you're not going to believe this. We have some sources. My 13-year-old computer whiz nephew has got a hold of Trump's Twitter DMs.
Oh, wow. Okay. What do we got?
Okay. So this first one says, @Osama bin Laden, you up? I know the truth about SEAL Team 6. Call me.
Oh, wow. When was that tweeted?
A couple months ago, I guess. I don't know.
Whoops.
@Ivanka Trump. Oh,
Ooh.
nice father-daughter conversation. You up?
Oh.
Gross. I'm not even going to describe the photo, but I didn't know they made him that small.
Oh, yeah. Are we talking about his dick or her tits? Or
Hey, put
his
it up on
hand?
the Patreon. His hands.
His hands. President Trump has authorized Biden getting his briefs. Took a long time, but I don't know why Biden wanted to wear Trump's underwear so bad, right?
I've always thought Trump was more of a commando guy. But,
Oh.
hey,
Commando in
speaking of which,
chief.
you think Trump was wearing a diaper at that tiny table?
Depends.
On?
No, he's for sure wearing Depends, 100%. In 2018, Trump pardoned a turkey named Carrots. Did you know that? The quote was that he had lost a fair and open election of like which turkey should be killed. This year, I think Trump should just pardon himself, right? Like, I pardoned the biggest turkey. No turkey has been more of a turkey than the one I pardoned. This turkey is the likes have never been seen before. How was that?
Does he get to pardon himself right before he decapitates himself? Isn't that how it goes?
That would be great.
Running around with his...
That would be an amazing Thanksgiving.
A miracle.
Hey, too bad he can't pardon himself for state charges. Pretty soon, using the slang trumped up charges is going to mean the opposite.
Yeah. Recently, CNN beat Fox News in the daytime ratings, which means I think nature is healing.
Yeah. That's because most of CNN's audience is unemployed and still jerking off to the election results. So let's see if it holds up.
The election results? They won't. The media doesn't determine elections, Andrew.
All the contested states have certified their results.
Okay, well, states don't determine elections in United States, Andrew. So it's the Electoral College that does that. So.
Well, he has a pretty significant electoral lead.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway. California unemployment scam resulted in tens of millions of dollars being sent to inmates, and $400,000 was sent to death row inmates. But the good news is each of the felons only got 2 ballots. So.
Oh, that's good. As long as they voted for Biden. It's fine with me.
Hey, good time to have a
you been
prison
testing?
boyfriend. I should have focused on that if I'd known about the money coming
Absolutely.
in. They are like
California, you say? Death row, you say?
And they were like fucking killing it at the commissary. That's amazing.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Hey, Cory, did you get tested recently?
Yeah, still not the father. So.
Oh, well.
Oh, did you mean
good.
COVID?
Yeah.
Oh,
that one's
okay.
helpful, too.
I'm waiting for results, but also waiting for COVID tests in a lot of places takes like a really, really long time. So long that people are using TaskRabbit to hire people to wait in line for you at the COVID testing place. Wow, for $11 an hour, I'm going to hire someone on TaskRabbit to listen to girlfriend stories, you know?
You mean the small talk with strippers before you go to the champagne room?
I mean, either way, it's like $200. So.
It's expensive. Hey, the Scottish Parliament voted unanimously to pass a measure that requires local authorities to ensure free period products are available to anyone who needs them. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Big deal. Netflix has tons of period pieces for just $9.99, right? Queen's Gambit, The Crown, Orange is the New Black.
Orange is the New Black? That's not a period piece.
It's all women, so they're all on their period.
The period pieces are bloody great, all right? Enjoy the period pieces.
Oh, that's good. The Crown.
Tasty. Now that's an emoji.
Speaking of The Crown and British and whatever, what's this next
Australia's state
there you go.
of Victoria has now gone 28 days without a coronavirus outbreak. What is Victoria's secret?
Padding.
Oh. Well, speaking of padded bras, don't forget to check out our Patreon. Right now, you get video of the show. And Cory is stuffing the turkey in his pants. And our guest, Liz Stone, is very hot. So this is the closest you'll get to her OnlyFans, unless the pandemic shuts down comedy for another few weeks. So come on.
Dave Chappelle is in the news. He's asked some people to not watch his show on Netflix and Comedy Central. Another thing is because he's not making any money off of it. So I guess we should ask you all to not watch this show. Or our live shows or virtual shows.
Or anything ever.
Any show that we do.
Hey,
anything we are on, don't watch it. We are not making enough money.
We make tons of money on this podcast through sponsorships.
Oh, that's right.
So our sponsor this week, Victoria's Secret. Remember, at Vicky C's, the less fabric the thong is made out of, the more expensive it is.
All right.
Shout out to Vicky C's for the
sponsorship.
sponsorship.
What's
All right.
C
What's the
part?
C?
Secret starts with an S,
S?
but Vicky cunts.
I don't know. Vicky's cunt.
Facts don't matter here, Cory. Did you listen to the intro?
That's true.
Vicky C.
Sorry. Oh, well, that's the jokes that we.
Thank God that's over.
Now we can talk to our guest. Liz Stone again is our guest. Currently in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, I moved to Las Vegas during the pandemic.
How about that? Was
Was
the
that
plan?
planned?
No.
No, it was not planned at all. I was just, not enjoying San Francisco, all shut down and dirty and expensive. And Ron Bai put the idea in my head. He gave me this like softball pitch. He's like, Elijah and I are looking at apartments in Vegas. Like, you should just do it, get a subletter, ride out the pandemic. And I was like, fucking great idea. And in 4 days, I had a subletter and signed a lease. And then Ron and Elijah were like, oh, fuck, I guess we have to move too.
Wow. Ron
Yeah.
puts a lot of things a lot of places.
Yeah, he does. Not
That's
me.
great.
I've been trying for years.
Who's been trying? He's been, or you have?
I have.
Oh, wow, that's fun.
Ron
Ron
I've been
is
trying
a
with Cory too,
fun-
but he won't do it either. So.
Ron's a great comedian and a great guy, and you run the show with him on Wednesday nights. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then another one of my friends from San Francisco, she drove me out to help me with the drive out here with my 2 giant cats. And then she got out here.
Your
and
cats
was like,
are huge and hairy.
Yeah. Campari. Well, I'll bring them on camera.
Yeah. Okay.
So
she drove you out.
Yeah, and then she's like, wait, it's great here. I'm moving here. And
Holy
her
shit.
mom, her sister, they bought a house out here. So she's like 20 minutes away from me.
Andrew, let's move to Vegas.
Move to Vegas. It's great. I mean, I did get COVID,
Dude,
but it is great.
How quickly after you got there did you get COVID?
It's shocking it took me as long as it did because I moved here August 1st. And like when I first moved here, I was like, this is going to be like, people go out and do stuff. So I'm just going to be like totally antisocial because I don't want like people are going to restaurants and all this stuff. And then I moved out here and within like 2 days, people invited me to restaurants and I was like, yeah, I'll go eat inside. And I didn't get COVID until the week before Halloween. So
hey, not bad.
I made it a while. Yeah.
Good for you.
I was like, literally the only mystery is how I did not get COVID earlier for sure. It's
Yeah. Andrew and I are wondering how we didn't get it. Like, it took Andrew a long time to get herpes too, right when he started comedy. So it's like, we get it.
Well, now I don't have to worry about it because I have antibodies. So I feel like I don't have to worry about COVID. I might get chlamydia, but whatever. I got to enjoy.
That's a great pickup line, right? Hey, baby, I got antibodies.
I got back on the dating apps just to put down I have antibodies, but I'm in Vegas and no one here cared to begin with. So I don't know if it's helping me out any. Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm pro your body, Andrew. And Liz, sorry.
My body? Oh, okay.
Did you feel like
anybody's pro my body?
Did you feel shitty?
I've been on all the dating
awful?
apps. Everyone is anti my body.
Anti your body.
Did I feel shitty? Yeah, it wasn't a good time. It was not. Okay. I think I had a mild case. Like I found out my neighbor had it, and so I went and got a rapid test right when she told me, and then I found I had it. So I didn't get anyone sick. I think I probably caught it before I was contagious. So I got the results before I was contagious. But yeah, I lost smell and taste, and when I lost taste is when I started hooking up with my 23-year-old Molly dealer who has antibodies.
Well, he probably tastes like shit, so perfect.
So, yeah, once I got my taste back, that all exploded. And then, really tired, lots of body aches, congestion, just, it was shitty. But I'm okay now.
Did you take any experimental drugs to try and get through it quicker?
No, I should have drank some Lysol or something, but I just didn't get around to it.
No roid rage?
Yeah, I took some cough medicine cold medicine a couple days, but it was more just like not tired enough to just sleep through the whole thing, but tired enough to feel like really fucking shitty and be aware through it, which wasn't that fun. And then it just lasted longer. Like I was like, okay, I'll just be fine in 2 weeks. And I was definitely home longer. Once my quarantine ended, I still had to stay home and just rest up.
Oh,
wow. I'm getting back to working out now and drinking irresponsibly. So it's fine.
Perfect. You just drank responsibly while you had COVID.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
It was. Yeah, we just drank like my neighbor and I had it at the same time, so we drank a lot of cheap canned wine, which isn't that different from my normal. But we were like, we can't even taste it. Then we'd just be drunk. It was not that bad actually.
Yeah. And your neighbor's lady. That was it's a woman neighbor.
Yeah,
she gave it to you.
I don't know.
Can you describe in detail how she gave it to you?
It's hard to track down how I
Which
got COVID.
hole did she send it through? Can you please describe?
Slower. All right.
Yeah, so yeah, she and I had the same symptoms through the whole thing. There was another guy that she's really good friends with, and he was like sicker than we were. And then as soon as we were able to go out, we went out and celebrated, and
got it again.
Now I just have a hangover and feel like I have COVID. Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah.
Did you continue doing your show? Like, were you able to do your show during it?
I would do my show, and I didn't want to. We have all these regular audience members, and I didn't have the energy to field questions about it, and I felt so fucking shitty. So I had to like get enough energy to get through my set and like just try to pretend I was okay. So
Did you just not tell them you had COVID?
I didn't tell them I had COVID. I just kept talking about how hungover I was, which was also true. So I was not lying.
Was not lying.
I was not lying. I was really fucking hungover and had COVID. And then once I felt better enough where I knew I could like tolerate dealing with questions, then I talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
But it was just like I felt too shitty to deal with it for a little while.
Andrew, have you applied for her new specialty show idea?
Yeah.
Have you sent an app? Andrew sent an application.
I didn't know there was a. I didn't know anything about it till Cory told me yesterday. So again, Cory gets all the booking offers before I do. So really don't appreciate.
So I posted this.
Gonna have to start a new podcast with people that actually like me.
And this was maybe like a year ago or less than a year ago, but back when we were more out doing stuff, some guy sent me this dick pic, and it was just like the worst lighting, and it had a space in it, and it was a mess. And Ron and Casey Lai did a video review of it, making fun of everything that was wrong with it, and I sent it to him, and the guy loved it. And then I reposted it for Casey's birthday, and I was like, oh wait, this would be a great Zoom show where we book 3 male comics. They just do their set, but they send us dick pics, and Ron does a video dick pic review. Nobody has to see the dick pics. It's just Ron's review of it. And then the audience members vote to match the dick pic review with the comic after seeing their set. I think it's a great idea. Ron is not on board. But Ron's never on board with any of my ideas.
Oh, he's not on board? Oh, interesting.
Well, he's never on board with any of my ideas, and I just aggressively voice them on him until he just acquiesces. So,
that's how I used to date. That's
I take the creepy approach to co-producing with Ron Vai, and it works.
He's just gonna get inundated with text messages with pictures of penises, and then you're gonna be like, "We're ready for the show now," and he's gonna be like, "Oh, great."
Yeah, I'll film him.
I thought this was my bathroom stall advertisement.
He's for the pictures.
He's for the pictures. Yeah. So he was like shaking his head and like scowling at me until Cory's like, "I'm in. I'll send a picture," and then he perked up. So
funny.
I feel like we can make it happen. Yeah.
I popped into their
Cory
show
gets all the
last Wednesday or whatever, and
a couple Wednesdays ago.
And then that circus, whatever that, and then you were pitching the idea, and I was like, I'm in, and then Ron was like, well, okay, maybe.
Well, the only way, like, it's like theme night. You have to be like, this is just happening, and he's like, no, it's terrible. I'm not doing it. But then you'll just throw some dick pics at him, and he'll be like, okay, I have so much to say. So I think we should just do it.
The review is so funny. Him and I don't know Casey, but
Casey's so funny.
It was really fun and funny review that I was watching.
Hope that goes to the right number.
It's a pandemic. Who cares? Who doesn't want just the wrong number with a dick pic coming through? I don't know.
Hey, and I think the point is, Andrew, that the booking window's open.
Gotta send me your dick pic,
and you can send it along. And
I think that we're recording, so that means consent right there.
We have
also, FYI, you can send me a disappearing dick pic on Instagram, but I will screenshot that shit, and I do not care that Instagram tells that I screenshotted it.
Oh, what's funny is the one I sent
all the time. I think
the one I sent, it didn't tell me, so I didn't think you had.
I thought you showed me that it screenshotted it.
The first one, the application, it didn't say it.
Really?
Yeah, you got through.
I aggressively screenshot stuff. I don't care.
I know you told me you did.
I'll leave
it didn't
in the
say.
chat. I'm like, keep looking at it. I don't care.
I have a picture of my butt that I sent out, and I put my face in it because I'm like, yeah, I want that to get leaked. I'm proud of my work. What do I care?
That's so I mean, we've been hoping to get leaked.
Well,
it's a global pandemic. Be proud of your work. I
like to leak. Yeah. I like to leak on lots of women. Or never mind. Next.
Well, yeah, I've been rating your thirst traps on Instagram for the last couple weeks. So very enjoyable.
Thanks.
You've been thirst trapping on your where?
I don't know how much really. Nothing that I don't think. Oh wait, you know what? I may have added Andrew to a list that I'll just add you to, where basically it's only a list of either people who give me compliments on looking okay, or guys I slept with and I want them to regret not sleeping with me anymore.
Oh, there's a special list.
Yeah, it's not very extensive, and it was created while I was like pretty drunk at a party, and someone just wanted to take a picture of my butt. So
that's smart.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll add you to it.
It's only been one photo. We just been.
Oh yeah, Andrew edited it for me.
Things.
Yeah, Andrew has. So yeah, I also have this neighbor. I have a lot of neighbors. I hang out with my neighbors a lot, and
that's
I have a neighbor, and he will sometimes just take my phone and just start messaging dudes. So if you guys get something really fucking crazy, probably not me. And
we got to come up with like a code word, just so then we know.
Casper.
It's like a safe word.
I think I feel like if there's like a real sudden shift in tone, it's either Ron or like some other guy in my building. So
now I understand.
Yeah. And then if it suddenly chimes back to me being like, hey, how's it going? Then I probably got my phone back. So there's that. And then I'm like, my neighbor took a picture of me like where my butt looked good. And I was like, okay, everyone who stopped sleeping with me needs to regret it. So we posted it. And then my neighbor I was like, I don't know what to say.
Only a couple thousand people on this list, right? Just a few.
It's a very short list. And so he circled my butt, and I don't remember.
They all get to keep
all
going.
These arrows and is like, hit me up. And I thought it was really funny. Like, he just had to fuck around, but I thought it was funny. So I posted it. And then Andrew started doing his own his own
markup, his own
markups to my photos.
I see. Yeah. Well, join the Patreon, and it's up. It's already up actually on our Patreon. We put it up this morning. That's a great idea. Wow. So are any of these neighbors, you making out with any of these neighbors? What's happening? There it is. There it is.
How do you think she got COVID?
This is so fucking horrifying. First of all, I got a hickey on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
I just fucking love America, apparently. And I had no idea I had it. Like, it's kind of like back a little bit. So
it is a little bit back.
And I've been hungover for like 3 days. So I didn't know. And I went to get a burger with Ron and his boyfriend yesterday. And Ron was looking at me like, is that a fucking hickey? And I happened to have like where he was pointing like a freckle over here. And I'm like, no.
It's a freckle.
It's a freckle. I'm like, but like, I'm like, no. It's like
a big ass freckle.
And Ron is looking at me like I'm fucking nuts. And I'm like, no, I think my skin's like getting worse with age. So like maybe I have like 2 freckles. I don't know.
There's what are they, liver spots?
Elijah's just sitting there they're both looking at me like I'm out of my fucking mind.
Cirrhosis, really it fucks with your skin.
And then I get home and I'm getting ready and I'm like, oh my God, do I have a hickey, but I don't know if you can tell in this light. It's like almost like a bruise that goes down there.
A little bit, yeah.
It's like so aggressive. And I got home and texted them and was like, oh my fucking God, it is a hickey. Like, I just got a fucking hickey on Thanksgiving.
So them, either they're plural or you don't want to reveal the gender, which is it plural?
No, I texted Elijah and Ron that
Ron.
I thought about texting the guy and being like, yo, dude, I have a fucking hickey, but I didn't. Maybe I will.
So you gonna call that guy? You gonna booty call that guy again, or is he cut off now, or do you give him another chance? How does that work out? If he can't even
No.
control the Hickey
I
situation.
can't.
That's probably not a
Also-
great.
Hickeys.
Yeah, that's a mess. What is this shit?
It's a mess. All right.
This
Right.
is a
I've
mess.
done-
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I've,
I don't remember like a moment where I would have gotten it, but I had been drinking since noon, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, hey, how's it going? And you were drinking pretty early.
Yeah, we started drinking. We had like a very high drama Thanksgiving. Friendships ended, none of mine.
Oh, wow.
That's just because I'm new here. It was a great time. And
perfect. Wow.
yeah, my friend and I, we were like, well,
People were hurt, friendships ended. Isn't that like
Yeah.
a MTV
Yeah.
show
yeah, this
intro
should,
or something?
my building in Las Vegas,
real world.
100% should be a reality show. It's great. I had COVID. I was hooking up with one of my old neighbors. He had already moved out, and he had antibodies, so that was a perfect fit.
Nice. This is the Molly
And-
dealer.
This is a Molly dealer, and
Was he also a perfect fit other ways?
It was great. It was all good, and I had COVID brain, so I'm like, yeah, this guy with these bad tattoos and 2 fake diamond earrings was like awesome. Like that COVID
Oh,
brain
you're
is
so
a
hot.
real thing. Yeah, I was like, what?
Brain
what?
fog. Yeah.
I'm like,
Whatever
Andrew's
could-
like,
Whatever.
How do
Whatever
I?
could go
These
wrong.
aren't
in this
earpods or
situation.
diamond earrings. Give me a break. All right.
Yeah, so I'm like, with my Molly dealer, and I mean, there were obviously a lot of red flags, like the almost 20-year age.
like
I
the
mean, he's a
Confederate
Molly
one above
dealer.
his bed.
Yeah. There you
And
go.
he would Venmo. He would like. He would hang out over
Bad.
here a lot, but he would
Write
like
it down.
drink my wine, eat my food, whatever. But then if like he got takeout, he would Venmo request me for my half, and I'm like, dude, I know that like you're young, but this is just
Oh,
like,
really?
still not that cool, right? So he'd like
Venmo.
leave my
I've never Venmo requested anybody.
yeah,
for
so he
anything.
would like leave my place from hooking up with me and send me a Venmo request for like my half of the takeout or whatever. And I was like, okay, this is like kind of lame, but I'm like, what? I have fucking COVID.
I mean, the
so-
sex wasn't that good. I'm not gonna pay for it. Yeah.
Well, wait, let's get to the end of the story. So I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
so I'm like, okay, whatever, but I have COVID right now. So this dude is showing up to hook up and he has antibodies or is just really dumb. Either way, perfect. Like great
No,
fit.
not your fault. Yeah.
So but then he like after like a few weeks of like being around all the time, he just like dips out. He's gone. I get like totally ghosted. And so just to kind of like let him know, dude, I know you ghosted me. Like I'm home with COVID. I noticed that you've disappeared. I'm like, yo, what's up? And he tries to like gaslight me, pretend like nothing happened, like he wasn't like gone or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, yeah, dude, whatever. Like, I don't. He's like,
Yeah.
well, I was gonna hit you up for dinner this week, and I'm like, no, you weren't. I don't care. It's fine. And then like 4 days after that, some of my friends from San Francisco, a couple comics were in town, so they pull into the parking lot where like all the buildings face, and my patio faces, and he is pulled up in front of my building. He doesn't live here anymore. And my friends are taking forever in the parking lot and he's just sitting in his car. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's not him. But he finally gets out of his car and he keeps his head down, like pretending he doesn't see me. And I've been on the patio. I'm like the least like subtle person in the world, yelling at my friends. I'm like, Vince and Vinny, we're coming, whatever. So this guy gets out trying to pretend he doesn't see me. So I'm like, hey. And he's like, oh, hey, like he tries to act surprised. And I'm like, that's not good acting. So he goes inside and I yell to my friend Vince. I'm like, Vince, go in the elevator. So Vince gets in the elevator with him and is like, oh, this must be one of Liz's friends. But the guy won't make eye contact, won't say hi. Like Vince comes in my apartment and is like, that's the weirdest elevator ride ever. And I'm like, oh yeah, I used to hook up with that guy, but he like got really weird recently. And then I go back to the patio. And because my friend Clay is so slow, I'm still on the patio when this guy leaves with the girl who lives in the apartment below me that he used to hook up with, carrying her suitcase to go away for the weekend.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Like he obviously like dipped out on me, gets back together with her, but she lives the floor below me. And he's like, the worst timing ever is what he happens to be like picking her up when my friends come to visit. So I'm like, okay, this dude sucks, but also this is great. So I'm like, okay, fuck you, man. Like you totally tried to gaslight me. And so I sent him a Venmo request for all the shit I'd gotten for him and like food and wine and stuff. So I sent him a Venmo
I got COVID
request.
for you. That was expensive.
I'm like COVID and rosé. All right. Like you got to pay me. So I sent him a Venmo request just
Box
to be,
wine isn't that expensive.
just to be like, hey, I fucking saw you leaving with this girl that you just dished me for. And he pays it, but then he blocks me on his Instagram story, and he posts a screenshot with one of his guy friends, and his guy friend is texting, charge her $1 million for the sex. And then he commented, the jury has spoken. And he thinks he's so fucking clever posting this about me. But I live in Melrose Place. So someone
I was
sent
just going
it
to
to
call
me.
it that. Yeah.
Someone sent it to me within minutes. And I'm like, oh, you think I owe you for the sex? You think you're so funny? Okay, whatever. So I'm like, fine, I'll pay you. So I sent him a Venmo payment of 69 cents and said a sexier number than 1 mil, I think. And I think that is like
fun,
hilarious.
Yeah.
And it deserved a like from him.
Yeah.
And he did not respond because he doesn't know how to have a good time.
He's a little bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do want to know if it made it to his text thread with his friends, but he does not come over to the building anymore. Apparently his girlfriend just goes to his house.
I like that. I like that his friends know how good he is at sex. That like his dude friends are like,
$1 million. I'm like, why would you?
Your dick is so bomb. You deserve $1 million.
I remember it well.
Yeah.
I'd pay you.
Yeah,
I don't have any money, you know. That's funny.
I thought that my Venmo deserved at least some kind of response. I thought it was pretty funny, but
well, wow, there's a lot going on in this fucking.
Yeah, so
I mean, and this is all happening while I was in fucking town. I could have been witnessed.
Yeah, but I was
if not all of this. But
I was kindly laying low so as not to give people COVID.
I appreciate that. But,
yeah, so then after that, I was like, you know what? Like, I need to meet some age-appropriate, more mature guys. And then I promptly met a 21-year-old who gave me a hickey. So I got it all together.
This podcast isn't going to help any of that. But we're fun. We're nice, fun fucking
What's
nerds.
your Venmo, Liz?
At Lizzie Stone.
Lizzie.
Lizzie. Lizzie.
Well, this is great, man. There's a lot happening on your phone. I mean, there's got to be a lot on that phone. That'd be a fun phone to take a peek at. And
there's not a ton. What? There's not a ton happening. The biggest disappointment.
Sounds like fun.
I really hit my stride during COVID, I have to say. Like, the most action I've gotten in this pandemic is while I had COVID.
That's hilarious. Andrew, there's the answer. Get COVID.
Maybe I'm more appealing when I'm really like tempered down a little bit. Like when I'm like,
they say you are
ill.
When you're relaxed and chill. Like,
like,
this girl's like cool. She's like high energy, but she's cool.
Yeah.
That pussy was contagious also. Huh?
So yeah, no, my phone's not that exciting, but I think with a dick pic, you're requesting, you're not paying.
No, I'm requesting money for being on our podcast. That's how this works.
No.
Only 69 cents, though. I'm reasonable. I knew it wasn't great.
If that guy was like at all had a spine, he would have charged me $69 on Venmo, posted that on Instagram, and tagged me, and I would have respected that. And that's what I would have done. But he's a fucking pussy ass Molly dealer. Also, now I have to figure out where I'm gonna get my Molly.
Where are you getting your Molly now? Damn.
I know. Luckily I bought a batch from him before things went so south. But
sounds so innocent, like brownies. A batch. I have a batch. Just a batch of them. There's a baker's dozen.
There's a lot of things no one told me when I got divorced, like some advice I wish I'd gotten.
I had you covered if I would have known you.
You would have told me don't sleep with your Molly dealer.
But I do have tips. Lots of tips.
What are your
Well, go nuts would be my first one. So I feel like you didn't need me for that. Just go wild.
I feel like I haven't gone nuts enough. I think if you're a guy, it's really easy. I would love to go nuts. If I was like a dude or a burlier woman, I would probably go crazy, but it's a little terrifying. Like, you're kind of like, I can't
imagine. Yeah. And so without live comedy.
It's the Louis C.K. joke about going on a date with a bear. Like, I hope you don't kill me.
Yeah. No, and I had like a guy pull a knife on a date in my apartment one time. Like,
man. So crazy.
Yeah.
He already made it to the apartment. You don't need the knife, you know?
And that was after he told me he accidentally killed someone, but he didn't end up going to jail for it, and that's why he found Jesus.
You still invited him over? That's sweet.
I have that instinct. He was having a meltdown. I didn't know what to do with him, and my lift
Liz
arrived.
Stone not making the best choices, but that's fine.
Yeah, so I don't know if I have. Well, you know what? If you'd patched Ron in, Ron would give you maybe a different. I think I haven't gone that crazy. Ron's like, she's fucking nuts. But yeah. Then,
and I mean, when I say, I think you know what I mean wild, like I just mean go wild having sex, but not literally go crazy. But it's harder for.
I went crazy.
It's also harder for y'all because, there's no shows, but even if there were, my understanding is you're not getting a lot of.
Sweet, the girl with the microphone. I'm so excited about that.
But the reverse is totally true.
Yeah.
So
my guy friends, I'm like, you guys don't shower. There's like, I don't know what's happening with any of this, and then I'm like,
you don't manscape, you don't nothing.
You just hold a microphone, and girls are like, and I'm like,
it takes a little more than that. But no, you're right, actually.
You jump out of a dumpster with a microphone, and girls are like, yeah, comic.
But you did go wild a little bit. You were starting to say. I kind of cut you off.
I think maybe it's just some fascinating choices I've made.
Gotcha.
Are like,
Well, I think the main issue was with your ex was bad sex in the beginning. So
yeah, there was no sex. The issue was no sex.
Experience what it has to offer.
That's real bad. Yeah.
Yeah, his dick didn't work, and he was terrible in bed if it did work. But then, there's not that much good sex out there, I don't think. But also, it's a little scary out there. Now it's a pandemic, so
that's why you got to be on Molly the whole time, and then everything's great, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Have you given your cats any of your Molly, or have they gotten into any of your drugs, or is there any? Because Andrew got his brother's dog.
Yeah, I was following the dog saga, and the dog looked pretty thrilled with the whole thing.
The dog, I think, likes it. We've started calling him Snoop Dogg now, and
he likes it. All right.
Are you?
Yeah, well, I don't.
He asked for it.
Now? Are you getting him high every day?
No, I think the family will. They'll be cool with like a one-time accident, but I don't think they'll really appreciate. We've made some jokes. I go like, "Hey, I got some edibles if you need them to leave you alone or whatever." But he's a rambunctious 6-month-old puppy, and he's like Liz after 2 drinks, just putting anything in his mouth. So he's like Cory after 2 drinks, just putting anything in his mouth. Make the joke about Cory. There you go. So he's
sit on my face, Andrew.
I'm like, it's so scary being a single female living alone, and Andrew's like, she'll do anything. Here's her address. And I'm like, oh no.
Nah, I don't know anything. I'm just
Vegas,
making a joke. I don't know
Melrose
anything.
Place.
Yeah.
All I know is everything I learned on Instagram. That's really just making judgments but not judgmental. But, positively.
Judgments can be positive, yeah.
I think it's great. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Live your life and have a blast. No,
so
well,
how did you know
I was smoking.
How did you know that the dog was high?
Well, end of the night, I threw a little joint. It's my fault I didn't use the whole joint like the Native Americans would want me to. I left a part of the cow. And then the next day the dog just puked up, and like the other day it puked up an eraser, and so we were like, it's kind of normal. This thing just eats everything. So I was like kind of going through the vomit, and there was like a little piece of a joint left over, and my brother's wife was like, "What is this?" And I was like, oh no, that's real shitty. And so
they found the
what's
joint
funny is that
in
the
dog's vomit.
Yeah.
Oh wow, what a way to get caught.
It's fine. It was hilarious that the dog was like hanging around me like he knew it was my fault. Like he's like, I've smelled this on you all week. Either you or the skunk, but I'm pretty sure it's you. And so,
it's like if we found cum in a woman's vomit. You're like, I'm pretty sure you've been. No, it's not. He's your writing partner.
Yeah. So, he was just sitting there with me writing jokes and cuddling up. I mean, he was passed out. Dog. I kept Googling it to be like, is he gonna die? Is he gonna do whatever? And they're like, as long as you can wake him up every once in a while.
CBD for pets.
Right, I think that's a much more
reduced dosage than what you gave him.
yeah, dosage, the safer dosage or whatever. But yeah, I like kept trying to lift him up and like be like, hey, and he would just go and like fall back over, and I was like, all right. I was also like, don't sleep, you're wasting it.
Don't puke in your own
Enjoy
mouth.
the high, man. Yeah. But it's pretty fun, and I thought everyone would be pissed at me, but they are just laughing about it. So thankfully the dog's okay, and lots of jokes now. My brother was like FaceTiming his whole family and be like, Andrew got the dog high, and I'm like, great. They already think I'm a loser comedian. Now they just think I'm like poisoning pets on purpose or whatever. So whole crazy family weekend anyway. But
butt of the joint, butt of the joke. Yeah, I thought you were gonna stay like through all of December or something, but you got the.
Well, I'm gonna go back.
Oklahoma
I got a
City.
weekend and I got a thing, and it's really
John Christ.
I mean, it's nice down there because it's sunny and it's it's California, so I'm definitely gonna go back for like Christmas and.
Did you fly or drive?
And whatever. I flew down, but I was looking at the drive. Maybe I could stop in Vegas. That's the long way around, but. Sounds like you're having a party out there.
A lot
Maybe
happening
catch some
here.
COVID,
Check
give
out
it to my
this
family.
apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might drive down. Titus wants me to be on a New Year's Eve streaming show he does from his he has like a little studio, so yeah, might try to get some new fans. I sent Titus my special. He's been my mentor for 10 years, and I never texted him any sets, never been like, you got to look at
Ask him
this.
for anything.
Like in 10 years. Yeah, never bothered him. And so I was like, I'm shooting my shot. Like, take a look. I've opened for him, and he's seen me do comedy, but.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Liz. I mean, I've only known her a couple months, but I was like,
but
I'm shooting my shot.
Corey sent a dick
I'm
pic.
sending my dick. It doesn't matter.
Corey sent a dick pic, and Andrew sent his comedy special.
That's really
we send our talents.
Like, all right.
We send out the things we're best at.
we send our best work.
Both had great lighting.
It's gonna be a very sad show. Nobody was laughing. It was pretty awkward. But,
I wanted a booking. I got on the first show if it exists, if it happens.
Yeah,
So.
I didn't know. No one. No one.
You
told me
sent it
about
to Ron?
so we'll
Uh-oh.
see.
Yeah, as I
He hasn't
promised.
said anything to
Let's
me.
see, what did Ron say? No, what did he say? Let's see.
Which picture did you send out, Corey? I know I've seen a few in rotation. I don't know. Was it the Christmas one, or was it the driving in the car one, or
you nailed it. Driving in the car.
Okay.
That's a
First
you
picture.
guys like your dick pics with comedy headshots. You just use one for 5 years.
Okay. Do you want Ron's
He's got-
feedback?
It's hanging on the wall from 1980.
He's shaved in that one. He's wearing glasses.
Do you
Well,
want
yeah.
Ron?
What did Ron say? We're interrupting Andrew. I want to hear the rest of
sorry,
the story.
yeah.
But no, what did Ron?
I'm all done with that.
Oh, I thought Titus. What did Titus say?
He just ignored he goes, he booked
Too
me for a New
long.
Year's
Same
Eve
thing
show,
Ron
and-
said about my dick pic.
Ugh.
It's
Yeah,
too
yeah.
long.
Yeah, he just was like, I go, watch this, and he goes, do my show on New Year's Eve. I'm like, yeah, but I'll do, watch the video. And he's like,
Maybe he
yeah,
did.
whatever.
He probably did.
I mean,
Oh yeah. What did Ron have to say?
Okay, so the first dick pic, Corey has a seatbelt on. And I said, so I forwarded that
Safety
to Ron.
first.
in that
As
one.
I said
that one?
he had a seatbelt on, which is good because safety first. And Ron was like, haha, safety first. It's pretty nice. I'd suck it. If he could remove one vein or two, it would be more aesthetically pleasing. Ask him to look into that.
Deveining. All
Deveining.
right. Don't they do that to fish or something? Isn't that a thing?
And
Well,
then,
does that mean I still get on the show or what?
yeah, you can be on the show. And then there's
okay.
another one,
Oh.
which I don't actually remember forwarding him. I was really drunk at this point. He said, well, he did. I don't think I said, here's a present for you. And I just sent a dick pic. And he goes,
Gift.
He goes, whose is that? I like the way the light hits the shaft. And that was the last message in the thread between me and Ron, because the next thing I knew, I saw him in person.
Look at
to
the
show off my
difference of
hickey.
responses, you know?
shop-
I mean, it's veiny and safety, sure. Oh,
So
whose
funny.
is that? I like that one.
Because we're over here like going, oh, geez, they're freaking out. They're probably they hate this or they love this. They're angry, and she's like, nah, I just started talking about my hickey. We got over that real quick.
I mean, I'm not sure Ron is like dick pics are that novel to him.
Probably
so,
not. Yeah. That's probably why he's not excited about the show as much. But I think if that other guy, Casey, and him together, I mean, you don't have, together them doing it,
they're so funny. I should just hit up
very
Casey.
Funny.
Casey's way more on board because I've also been trying to have sex with Ron for years, and Ron's never on board. And then Casey was like, "We'll pin him down and do it," and I was like, "Casey's on my side. This is great. I love it." So I feel like we could. I'll just hit up Casey for this show, and then
I think that's a good idea. Just do it.
And if if Ron finds out a camera is rolling and there's a dick involved, he's not gonna dip out. Like we don't even have to tell him. We'll just send him a video of like Casey doing the review, and Ron will like log into the Zoom. Like I don't think it's gonna.
Now, has Ron had sex with women before, or
regularly?
No, he says he's a gold star gay. He also said if he has sex with a woman, it will not be me. The first time because I'm mean and way too, I call it honest. He says mean, but I give honest feedback.
So after the sex is done, you'll go, hey, a little
or
left
during.
or whatever, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, during? That's great, though. I mean, you're supposed to enjoy it. You shouldn't suffer in silence, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish more women would guide me to wherever.
He said
whatever.
No,
it's very confusing.
Mean.
There's layers, and it's all who knows.
He said no, I'm too mean. So he said that if he decides to have sex with a woman, it will not be me. Is what I've been told many times.
You don't want to hurt your confidence the first time.
I think whatever, but we'll see.
Now, have you had sex with a gay man, as far as you know?
Well, I don't know officially. But your
ex-husband
could guess
if he was, he isn't anymore. All right,
I don't know, but I could take some guesses, but no, I don't think nobody I know that
you're aware of. All right,
yeah, nobody I know.
Okay, yeah. Well,
you know.
Andrew is gonna maybe drive through Vegas in a few weeks. So
sounds like a
turn him.
We'll see what happens.
There's a lot happening here. You'll likely catch COVID, but it will be a good time.
It's apparently it's a great way to get get the ball rolling, is to get the vid, and then you can just
that broke my dry spell, getting COVID.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just trapped home ailing.
She's gonna die anyway, so we might as well get this one out
at risk. That's fun. Do we have anything else, Andrew? What do you think?
I mean, not really, but
LA.
What are we at? About an hour here?
We are. I just feel like this is fun stories. So, is there anything we're missing? Pandemic stories that we're missing? You've told us a lot of good shit.
It's really not that interesting.
Can you come up with something that's interesting?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I would think this, but I was like, I'm moving to Vegas to chill out. And then every time I see Ron and tell my story, he's like, good work chilling out. Like, you and your
But, now there's been a little bit of an exodus. You know, Ron, you, DJ, Spencer James has been there a while. Jay Hollingsworth, who else?
Chris Doran moved out to Vegas from the Bay Area.
I don't know that, but that could cool. Yeah.
And then our other co-producer for our Wednesday show, he just bought a house in Michigan, so he's gonna be moving to Michigan.
Oh yeah, he's got like a family or something. Maybe
not that I know about, and maybe not that he knows about, but that would be exciting. What a time to discover you have another family. A global pandemic.
Oh man, yeah, that's why I keep getting those tests for the kids.
The paternity test. Have you ever had to get a paternity test?
I couldn't come up with paternity.
Have you ever had to get a paternity test?
No, I mean, I wasn't worried.
He's gone
at
to
all
a pharmacy,
about it,
but
because we hadn't slept together, but all of her friends were, because she was technically still married, and we started chatting and hanging out before we should have. In hindsight, at the time, I was like, "Oh, you've moved out," and I don't know, but it wasn't quite. It wasn't nearly over, and so then all her friend group, he started texting and calling me, and
scandalous,
very, very angry with me, and I was like, hey man,
whose baby is this?
We didn't sleep together, first of all. Well, they didn't. So that was the interesting part. This was all before she got pregnant, and then I was like, oh, I'm out. she's great. I think she's cool, but I'm not trying to get involved in any of this. So no worries, man. I'm not trying to ruin a family. I'm out. I thought you guys were
You're
done.
like, this is a great way to get rid of me, in fact.
Yeah. You call me once. You lived. So I was worried about being murdered by him.
No, but after you have the
like,
baby, call Cory because he loves a single mom, you know?
That's true. But I was friends with the group, you know, and that made it awkward a little bit. And then one of the friends was like, hey, so you guys, I know you guys did. And I was like, we didn't. And she's like, well, how about this? She's pregnant. And I was like, that's great.
Cool.
And she's like, that doesn't. I was like,
He
no.
was trying to scare
I was
you.
like, you know me and how crazy anxious and fucking like I would be so freaked out right now if you telling me that, right? And she's like, yeah, you would be freaking out. And I was like, I'm fine because we didn't have sex. And she's like, huh, okay. We all thought. And I was like, yeah, I know. Everybody thought we did. But I at least had the wherewithal to be like, we're not until you're for sure done with this other
Free and
thing.
clear. Yeah.
Like I'll chat with you, I'll hang out with you, but we're not doing that until. So it's not like she was like, please have sex with me, but I just there was opportunities and we didn't. So anyway, that was so I didn't have to do a paternity test, but like in a roundabout way, like I had to convince people somehow that yeah, I wasn't the dad. And then he was like, imagine he'd be really worried. And then it was born and they were like, oh, this looks exactly like me. And so not me, him. And
Well, the baby is bald. It must be Cory's.
Andrew, have you had to do a paternity test?
Nah, never even had a scare.
He's like, I've never had sex.
Never had to, but
no.
He should have.
It's nope, no. I've had chlamydia tests a couple times, you know, got those tests here and there, but
I'd rather have chlamydia than a baby. 1 round of antibiotics versus
gets rid of it.
2 rounds to get rid of a baby. You gotta do 2 appointments to get rid of a baby.
Multiple pills and a vacuum. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on that note, hey,
hey, let's cut this podcast life short and abort.
I'm pro-choice on that. It was great having you, Andrew. It was Andrew J. Rivers on all of the things. I'm Cory Michaelis Comedy on all the things. Liz is tell him. I think I know it's all the things, but
I think it's at Liz Stone Comedy on something.
All the things.
On
Yeah,
Instagram,
You can send dick pics to all
Instagram,
3 of us.
Yeah,
Twitter.
Instagram me your dick pics and I will screenshot them and send them around at Liz Stone Comedy. My DMs
You
are
should just
open.
do the rating. You and Casey should do the rating on the show.
Yeah, I'll do.
Forget Ron.
Casey's really okay. I'm gonna hit up Casey for that. It'll be great.
I think Casey would be great. He was very funny in that video.
funny.
Yeah, Liz Stone Comedy on all the things, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, and hopefully we'll be back to doing live comedy soon. And when we are, we'll come down to Vegas and you come up to Seattle.
Yeah.
And you obviously have the capability of doing virtual shows. So if we have any that shit happening that we need person for, we'll let you know.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. This was
Thanks
fun.
so much. Bye.
Bye.